podcast in the history of podcasts.
You are watching Wrestling with Savage! But of course,
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
I'm trying to give these two WWE legends.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling with Savage. Jay, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm ecstatic right now. I just saw 2 hours of the greatest wrestling show on the planet.
2 hours of the greatest on the planet?
The greatest on the planet.
On
number
the planet. Like number one.
Number one. This is it. All the marbles.
I see.
Everything.
I understand. Well, there you go.
Do you see it? You
don't
sound excited.
We got Jay on the screen.
No.
I am excited. Tonight we got to see some pretty good wrestling. I have some decent notes on it. It was more of like a UK invasion. There was a lot of storylines going on tonight. We saw a lot of different characters over from NXT UK. We saw a bunch of matches that they had advertised. Heatwave opens up with a video package showing all the different feuds and matchups we all are going to see later tonight. But the best part of all this was that this was all narrated by Paul Heyman. So, this is the first time I think I've ever heard
What does that tell you?
Paul Heyman even remotely part of NXT. Am I right or wrong about that, Jay?
What does that tell
Well, forget about what it tells me. Jay, right now we're having a conversation. We're having a conversation like human beings. And in the conversation, I ask a question. I ask a question and you answer it. Have you ever seen Paul Heyman part of NXT ever in its history?
Never, but wasn't this fucking great and awesome?
Yes, it was pretty cool. It was unexpected. I didn't see it coming, and I want more of it. I don't know what this means. Does this mean that this to me tells a lot. I could see from this Roman is not going to be champion much longer. Maybe by Mania, maybe before Mania. I'm thinking before Mania, he's not going to have this title anymore. And I think Paul Heyman's going to be more hands-on in NXT. And that is just good news. That's good news all around, if that's true.
Don't go too far on that, but it was fucking great to see the narration. It fit perfectly. It's like he knew every wrestler, and if he could just advise them, which I think he did tonight, because we just saw some action-packed wrestling. Oh, man, we're in for a fucking treat, folks. And let's not forget, this show was live.
Yeah, it was definitely live. The first match is going to be Giovanni Vinci versus Carmelo Hayes. But back to, Paul Heyman for a second. He did a very good job of just hyping everybody up. Especially he went in on the Zoe Stark, Mandy Rose match. He went especially even harder for the Braun and Jade McDonough match. Talking about how Braun Breaker for almost a year has scorched the landscape of NXT. And, that was a good line. So it was just nice to see Paul Heyman have a touch on NXT. Now we're going to get into the match between Giovanni Vinci versus the North American champion.
Before we get in there,
Before
we get in there, I'm going to just say the last thing about Paul Heyman. We know he's a genius. We know even if he's there for one day or one night, he's going to turn a few wrestlers around. And I think we've seen it tonight, man. And I think we'll get more into it. Go ahead.
Well, we'll see what's going to come from Paul Heyman, if this was just a call-in favor or if this was maybe a request of his, or maybe just a collaboration between Triple H and Paul Heyman, just, having a conversation and saying, hey, why not? Let me get a little advice to some of these guys down there or whatever the case. But the match is going to start up. It's for the NXT North American Championship. Both men lock up. Vinci shows his strength, just launching Hayes. Now Mello with a leapfrog into the big shoulder tackle from Vinci. Hayes with a chop. Now a headlock into an Irish whip. Reversed by Vinci. Now Mello with a springboard clothesline takedown. Cover and a kick out by Vinci. Vinci blocks the chop attempt from Mello and gives him a huge, nasty-sounding chop of his own, followed by a springboard crossbody taking down Mello. Now both men exchanging uppercuts, forearms. We see a huge double clothesline that takes both men down as we go to break. Back live on USA, Vinci with a nasty backbreaker. But the commentary tells us during the break that the intensity has ramped up big time. We see a nasty boot from Hayes, who took advantage of an interference from Mr. Tricky Williams over there, who is still at ringside. Vinci now with the impressive roll through into the moonsault off the ropes, into the cover, kick out from Hayes. Now Hayes with his own roll up, kick out by Vinci. Hayes now with that fadeaway leg drop on Vinci, who is draped all over the ropes. We get the cover and the kick out. Now Hayes with the roll up, kick out by Vinci. Hayes with a super kick. Now to the second rope, goes for the blockbuster. Vinci tries to catch him, but they fuck this part up. Vinci lifts him up anyways and hits the brainbuster, cover and the kick out. Vinci with a powerbomb attempt. Hayes counters it into a very innovative cutter. We get a cover and another kick out from Vinci. Hayes goes to attack Vinci, who sends him to the outside, now leaping to the top rope. A diving attack to Hayes. Trick Williams from the top rope to the outside. He basically takes them up with a huge fucking flying cross body to both of them. We get the holy shit chant to come. Now Vinci with a double springboard moonsault. Cover. That spot was sickening too. He did that perfect. But Hayes managed to get his foot on the ropes with some help from Trick Williams. Now Hayes shoves Vinci into the steel steps while he was arguing with Trick Williams. Now Vinci catches Hayes by the foot, gives him a hellacious clothesline, goes for the last ride powerbomb, taking out Trick Williams in the process. And now he picks up Tricky, powerbombs him, goes back to Hayes. We see another powerbomb countered by Hayes, into a very nasty looking Frankensteiner in the 1-2-3. So Carmelo Hayes retains in a banger of a match, 3.5. 3.5. I thought I would have given it higher if it wasn't for that spot they fucked up where he was trying to catch him off the top rope. But what'd you see, Jay?
I think we saw similar things, believe it or not, for the first time, you and I, on NXT 2.0. But let's not remind, this is live, people. I kind of knew the match was going to go into a damper. Let's start off in the beginning of the match when Vinci was going for that leapfrog. He accidentally tripped on Mello. Joseph tried to recover real quick with commentary, saying that Mello kind of just got him off his game, but we all know what really happened. I thought that was just kind of just things that we were just not going to like to see. But I didn't like seeing his hard chops. I thought he chopped the shit out of Mello tonight. He followed it with a springboard clothesline, which Mello does as well. Mello looked great, man. He had the fadeaway, which is a springboard leg drop that I like, which is basically a signature. I love that move. There was a part, like you mentioned, that he didn't fall right on Vinci when he was coming on, so Vinci could just basically do his test of strength vertical suplex. I blame that more on Mello than Vinci, because Vinci was in position. If you look back, it looked like Mello just didn't jump as much as he should have, maybe by not even less than an inch, I would say. So, but it's okay. I didn't kind of make a big deal about it. I like when Mello did that release suplex cutter. I haven't seen that. I thought that was awesome. So Mello shined right there. I hate Trick Williams. Let's face it. He was just shouldn't be in the corner, but what else can you do, right? Vinci had that top rope close body, which I liked as well. I think he really shined at moments, but there was moments that he was calling some spots. It is live TV. I can't see it. There was the part when they were just going rope to rope, and basically Mello was going to go after him, but he didn't know what to do. So there was a little calling spot there. It's okay. I'm not making a big deal out of it, just for the fact that these guys look like studs and they hit their marks on certain spots. Like, once again, I wish Trick Williams wasn't there by the side. It is what it is. Like you said, that Frankensteiner pin was crazy. I thought it was a nice counter. I thought even when he powerbombed Trick Williams, Williams took that really good, believe it or not, for a guy that really sucks. So, there was some hinted there, but I'll go as much as a 3, man, because I think both guys kind of shine, even though there was some call spots and some miscues, but it did look good. It did have us entertained, and everybody was entertained. I think you and I said it yesterday. This match should be the opener, and it certainly was, and I think it delivered. I think it was pretty average.
I thought the match was awesome. Like I said, I thought it was headed for a 4-star until that botch And yeah, it probably was more of Hayes' fault for sure. But either way, it was a great fucking match. The guys killed it. They did their job. Vinci still managed to look strong even though he lost. And that, I think, was the whole purpose of this. And yeah.
I'm sorry, Savage. I'm sorry for cutting you off, man. I forgot to talk one thing. I look back on that pin. Believe it or not, Vinci's shoulders was actually on Melo's leg. Shoulders never hit the mat. So by me seeing this, I think we would see a rematch once again. So you should definitely look back, and everybody that's watching should look back. Vinci's shoulders never touched the mat. It was basically landing on Melo's leg right there.
No, you heard it here first on the J Zone. His shoulders never hit the mat, so we'll go back. We'll take a look at that later.
I'm definitely excited for the rematch, though. If they could do this, I'm really looking forward to the second match.
Well, these guys are capable of putting on a series of matches right now. They can definitely go about maybe like a month or two, have a nice feud, and if it ends with Vinci taking the belt off him, then I'm definitely for it. And then maybe Hayes can move on to the NXT Championship. We'll see how that picture is going to turn out later and where Braun Breaker's going with the title. Maybe he doesn't even retain the title tonight. Maybe the Irish Ace took it from him. You're going to have to stick around to find out. But now we get a promo from Mr. Stone and Von Wagner. Mr. Stone talking about how Von Wagner is just a badass, how badass he is. He can go from NXT to the NFL just like that. And then Wagner says, hey, change is in the air, and it does not matter if you're internet famous or popular with the media. The game has changed, but the rules are the same. Anyone weaker than me will not survive in my jungle, says Von Wagner. So he's sending a clear and decisive message, and you can tell that this is a Triple H kind of message. This is Triple H's touch on him, because now this is a different show. It's being run different. Obviously, if you're getting Paul Heyman on commentary, narrating fucking opening of the night, obviously the whole direction of the show is different. Good promo.
I like it, the fact that he's talking more.
Well, I think Triple H is the perfect guy to work with Von Wagner, you know, and he'll probably set him up with maybe Kevin Nash or a couple other giant kind of guys.
Savage, let's face it, the last few episodes, he's been talking, and it's been more and more, and I think he's getting more comfortable. Now with the guidance of Triple H, I think he could go more further on the mic.
I 100% agree with you. I think he can have a lot of potential, and Triple H is going to do his best to get the most out of him. We'll see what happens.
This was great.
Tonight was another reason, a good reason to watch NXT if you're an NXT fan, because if you've been watching NXT, the Diamond Mine have been around for a long time tonight. And tonight, we're going to get a segment with the Diamond Mine. All right? The Creed Bros say they were happy to join, but, you know, now they have to kind of question Roderick Strong. The Creed brothers go on to show video evidence that basically they're trying to show that, you know, Roderick Strong's like a little bitch, basically. And then all of a sudden we see Gallus come out. Wolfgang and friends. I can't remember all their names. Do you know all their names? Wolfgang and friends from NXT UK. They now come out to try to shit on the Creed brothers.
So it's basically the Coffey brothers and Wolfgang.
Yeah. I wasn't really impressed with this because I don't know what it means now. Because at first, I thought they were just attacking Kemp and the Creed brothers, right? And I thought, I was like, this is Roderick's new posse. But then I see them start beating the shit out of him too. So I'm like, so are the Creed brothers still a thing? Is this going to keep them united, or is this just going to send them apart? Like, there was no finality with that whole Creed brothers thing, so I don't know how it's going to play out. What do you think?
Theory, but I'm going to get to it towards the end of the night. I'm going to save my theory for that.
All right. Well, what did you think of this whole segment?
But this, like I said, I don't really know these guys, man. I wish I did. I heard of the Coffey brothers. I heard of Wolfgang. He was like in a tag team.
Wolfgang, I've seen a few times in a couple of tournaments.
I've seen him I've seen him in a tag team more. You know, I think we saw him in the first UK tournament when Tyler Bate won.
Yeah.
But besides that, I always seen him in tag team, and I wasn't really impressed. So I got to see more of this. But hey, it's something new. It was fresh.
Apparently, they've been champions in NXT before, tag team champions, all that stuff. We're going to find out more. But, you know, like I mentioned in the beginning of the night, there's going to be a theme here of just like a UK invasion tonight. I guess we're going to have some kind of War of the Worlds kind of thing going on.
Are you still talking about the Creed brothers, or are you done? Because
No,
I
you
want to get
can
into that.
you can keep talking about the Creed brothers. All I was gonna say after that is we see JD McDonough in the ice bath preparing for the match he's gonna have later
I want
tonight.
to talk about the Creed brothers because I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to single out Strong, but let's face it, that video package was whack. It was whack as shit. There was no fucking facials. Tony D wasn't doing shit. He was just basically gonna get fucking hit. I wasn't buying it. I get what they're trying to do, but I think they could have done better. But now what? They're gonna be forced back as a team. It just makes no sense what they're doing here. But whatever. Like I said, I like Fresh. So let's see what Gallus and the Creed brothers can mash up.
Yeah, I didn't like the whole idea of like the video evidence and this and that. They should have just confronted him, say, yo, you know what? We don't like the way you're acting. You're a punk. You're this, you're that. And then baby beat the hell out of him. And then they break up. They go on their way. So I don't understand how this is going to play out because I'm obviously you know the Creed brothers are going to get along for the time being because they're going to have to fight, you know, these other guys. But the thing is, they only have 3 members. So maybe we're going to see the Creed brothers and Damon Camp kick out Strong. They're going to take on whatever that team's name is. And then maybe Roderick's just going to try to screw them over and some bullshit. I think it's going to be something real bad.
I'm not interested just like you not, and just like all my fans out here, just like your fans out here too. We're not interested in that. Gallus, come on, give me a break.
Well, I know you're interested in this. We're going to get an interview with Roxanne Perez, and she's talking a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah,
and this is going to lead into her match with Cora Jade. And, you know, these girls are
one of the greatest promos that I ever heard. First of all,
God.
Roxanne Perez just cut a promo. The facials was there. They were amazing tonight. But not only that, she said she got nowhere to hide. She made her bed. She's going to sleep in it. I love it. I love the intensity. And then when that music came out for Corey,
what intensity?
I'll let you go on.
What intensity? What are you talking about?
Intensity for a match that we're about to, because right now I'm conflicted. I don't know what's match of the night. That's how great this show was tonight. I'm conflicted right now. But right now we're about to see a match.
Well, you're lucky because
that could be better and legend, just like Macho Man and Ric Flair, WrestleMania.
All right.
Just like Rock and
listen.
WrestleMania 15. I'm telling you, I can keep going.
You're going to have your time to talk. Just listen.
I want to go.
I need you to bring it down a notch.
I need you to bring it down a notch. This is Heatwave.
Bring it down a notch because this match is not what you think it is. This match. You might want to mute your mic. I don't have many notes for this match.
Bro.
Just shut the fuck up. You're gonna be talking. You're gonna be talking soon. If you shut up, you'll be talking soon, nonstop. Shut the fuck up and listen to this garbage. Listen to this garbage. Roxanne Perez versus Cora Jade. Perez, nice drop kick. Cora Jade, nice suplex on the outside. It was a good counter to kind of set that up. Back from break, Perez has a nice knees to the face. Now Cora with a double arm wrench submission. From behind, we get a kick in the face by Perez. Now we get the inside cradle kick out from Jade, now rolling into another near fall, and then another, and then another, and then another near fall, and then another near fall, and then another near fall. And then we get the bridge. Well done, ladies. You were managed to do a bridge after 26 pins and covers. By now, the ladies have double forearms. We get a double bicycle kick. Both women are now down. Cora now with the kendo stick. Perez manages to get it away from her. She goes to give it to the referee, and as she does this, and this was the only good part of the match, for 2 reasons. One, because Cora Jade, really embraced her evil villain side, so I can actually see the whole Generation of Jade thing working for her one day. But at the end of the day, she hits Perez with a vicious shot to the back of the head, and then dumps her head with a DDT on top of the kendo stick. Picks up the 1, 2, 3. Overall, I give this match a 2-star. Because I saw 2 stars in the ring, but that's about it. That's as far as I can go, my friend. That's as far
you
as
see the hate, folks, of what he does to these 2 pillars that are holding down the NXT 2.0 women's locker room.
I'm gonna mute my mic.
In general right now. But I'm gonna tell you what I saw. I saw a WrestleMania match. I saw a WrestleMania match better than Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte right now. Okay? But, like in that match, there was some miscues. And we seen it tonight. But let me start off. So Perez starts jumping high. She jump starts this match with punches, and then she does 2 crazy suicide dives. I was going nuts. I was getting off the edge of my seat when I saw that. I couldn't believe that. Cora Jade had that nice wicked back elbow to the back of the head of Perez, which I love, man. Right there on the ropes. Perez got to make better European uppercuts. Let's face it. Doing this is just horrible. And she did it twice, and I wasn't really feeling that part. Let's face it. Cora Jade was calling a lot of spots. Let's not forget the part when she was about to go Irish whip Roxanne Perez. She basically held on to Perez's arm because she missed cue and she did not know what to do until they started doing what they had to do. Jay had a nice sap suplex on Perez on the outside, which I thought was freaking amazing. Let's not forget Jay had that nice stomp on the back while Perez was on the ropes. Let's not forget the facials once again, just like I said in the segment with Roxanne Perez Savage, just like I'm telling everybody, the facials were there and the intensity was there. Was she selling? Hell yeah. But then after a few miscues, the match started getting better. Both women started exchanging roll-ups, which I thought it was a good sequence for a minute. I swear, for the 60 seconds that I was on the edge of my seat, these women were exchanging roll-ups. I couldn't believe it in my life. I was going nuts. Both women exchanged forearms, and then they started following by double pump hand kicks that knocked both of them right down. Crowd is going crazy. Everybody's standing up on their feet. Perez had a nice innovative move where she did a hand sweep slam, which I never seen it, but whatever. We'll just call it that. Let's not forget that Jade had the knee to the face, followed by the full Nelson tilt slam that we never seen, which Vic Joseph said it was innovative. So let's not forget that move. Jade had basically that lock DDT. Basically, we've seen it in other people's repertoire. Hit it on the kendo stick, which looked real nice. I had to rewind it because it looked so nice. Is it the generation of Jade? Is this the Jade that I want to see that could win the NXT Women's title? Yes. What I give this match? Not going to give it a perfect star, but I'm going there with 4.5.
I just want to confirm. And after I confirm, I want you to mute your mic so I can talk for a couple of seconds. Because you're not going to like what I have to say.
There we go.
You give it a 4.5, right?
4.5 stars for a match that I thought I would see on a WrestleMania card. We saw it for free tonight on the USA Network.
All right, I only asked.
It was promoted well by Heyman. He narrated this video package that was selling. The match was selling. There wasn't miscues. There wasn't calling spots. But did it deliver? Yes. Did it get the crowd off their feet? Yes. All those 400 people in Orlando, Florida, right there were standing on their feet. Savage, you were there too. I saw you standing from a distance. I saw you standing. I was standing there too. I couldn't believe it. 4.5 stars.
All right, number one, I want you to text me the number of your pharmacist because I need to know what fucking drugs that you are on, number one. Number two, Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. All you need to know is like Highlander. I'm talking like Highlander, Jay. There can only be one. And only one of these ladies is going to have a successful career in the WWE. And it's not going to be Roxanne Perez. It probably will be Cora Jade.
She has the most dangerous finisher in the move. The pot rocks. That move, dangerous. They can get her to win.
These girls tonight had 3 or 4 more botches. They are not fucking ready. Cora Jade, the only reason I think she's actually ready is because she has really good expressions. She looks like she's really crazy. And she does have a couple of good fucking moves. She had some innovative offense tonight. I was way more impressed with Cora Jade than I was Roxanne Perez. And I feel like the match could have been much better. They could have been much better. It wasn't even as close. How can you say this match was better than Giovanni Vinci and Carmelo Hayes? What's the number to your pharmacist? What is the number to your pharmacist?
100% better.
I want to know the number to your pharmacist. I need to know what kind of fucking drugs you're taking where you think in this universe.
4.5 star match right now. For free, and we saw it for free on live TV.
No, I paid with my fucking time, with my life that I can't get back.
4.5.
We're moving on. We're moving on to something that's even worse than this fucking match, okay? And it's an interview with Briggs and Jensen, and then Gallus or the UK fucking idiots, Wolfgang and assholes. I don't care. They suck. Gallus sucks. I don't like them. I don't like them today. I'm not going to like them next week. So Gallus sucks. They interrupted Briggs and Jensen. They're talking shit about the UK Tag Team Champions. They're saying, oh, what have you had the belts for, like 6 minutes or 5 minutes? And then Briggs was like, no, we've had it for 7 minutes or some bullshit. This guy's like, oh, try 452 days. Congratulations. You went 452 days getting this stupid fucking belt and winning it in UK. Nothing in WWE. So now you're on American television and you're talking shit about UK titles. You look stupid to me, in my opinion. You let these buffoons take the titles off you, which automatically to me makes you, like, I already think you're trash. These guys beat you for the titles. How can I take you serious? Can you take them serious after Briggs and Jensen took the titles from them?
Yeah, I hit the fast forward button on this, to be honest.
This was
I could care less about Jensen and Briggs, and they can't really. The thing about them is there's only one person that has character. That's basically the girl, right? But these guys cannot sell me. These guys cannot sell me on anything, even when they cut a promo, even if it's written on a fucking whiteboard in front of them. I don't believe them. I think they're a joke. I think I'd rather see that fucking tall guy from SmackDown dancing like a bagoon in front of announcers.
No, I'm glad Triple H. No. Triple H put an end to that shanky shit, bro. Triple H put an end to that shanky shit. Stop it. Stop it right now. Don't even bring that guy up, man. That's like, that kills my whole vibe for the whole week.
Would you rather see this promo?
I'd rather see either of them.
I don't want to see
let's talk about Tony D and Santos. The feud's coming up. They're going to be having a match later tonight. It's going to be a street fight. We get a video package of that. I thought the video package was well done. They've done a great job. On Tony
that was
D.
a 5-star fucking video.
It was
package
good. It was
that
good.
I've ever seen. It was longer than 2 minutes.
It was good.
It described everything for the last 4 months.
Yep.
Terrific video pack.
Yep.
Even though there was some silly shit along the way.
So what?
It was
so what? They've managed in the last 4 months to make not just you, but me, go from hating on Tony D to now being like supportive of Tony D and wanting more of it.
I'm gonna stop you right there because you're not seeing even the bigger picture. You know what it was, man? It's the work he puts in.
Yeah, obviously. We know that.
You see it.
Yeah.
You see it. As a former wrestler, you see it. I see it. I'm not even I'm a fan, and I see it. And we see every night. And this match you're about to get to, you're gonna see why. Go ahead.
Well, now we see Mandy Rose and Braun Breaker. They're both warming up, getting ready. They're focusing, And for some reason, we see Apollo Crews smiling at Braun Breaker. Obviously, Braun is going to have a lot of threats. I can't take that guy
serious, man.
Yeah, Apollo, I can't take
this fucking guy
I can't take Apollo serious
man.
either. That's a good way of saying it.
I just wish, you know what I wish about him? I just wish he could be himself. I think he's just trying too fucking hard, man.
Yeah, probably. At this point, it's kind of like what Kevin Owens.
Hard, bro.
It's exactly what Kevin Owens said to Drew McIntyre. You need to cut that promo on Apollo Crews. That promo fits more on Apollo Crews than it does Drew McIntyre. Let's be honest. I feel like Drew's being more himself than Apollo Crews, right?
Let's face it, that Drew comeback was weak as shit.
The Drew comeback?
Yeah, when he kicked back on KO, what we talked about last night, that shit was weak as shit.
It's alright. He's getting older too, man. He shouldn't be doing that kick-up shit anymore. You don't need to. He doesn't need to do that. He could be like the new Hulk Hogan kind of guy or Andre the Giant or just that big, strong guy. He doesn't need to be doing these crazy fucking moves, in my opinion. He's a big dude. You can't even say he's not a big dude.
I like when Drew is heel. I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah. Listen, now that H is in charge, they might, be more lenient on these guys that want to go and do that kind of shit, like be a heel or whatever. I think people are gonna have more freedom with the characters, and then we're gonna get more organic promos.
I don't like
last night. Last night we got that Kevin Owens promo. That was Triple H telling KO, go out there. This is the message I want you to say, but say it any way you like. But get this message across. You know what I mean? He just gives him a one quick punchline, and he doesn't care how that punchline gets delivered. You know what I mean? So now we're going to see the creative reigns from guys like Owens and Drew. It's going to get better, man. It's just going to get better. It is. It has to. It has to. It's not going to get worse. I'll tell you that. Match now coming up. All or Nothing street fight with Tony D. He's with Stacks. He's fighting Santos, who's coming out with Legado. And if
Entrances
Santos...
were crazy. Entrances
were good. Entrances were good. Santos...
I love Legato's entrance.
It's hard to read this.
I just love his fucking entrance. I know you're going to go right into the moves. I'm just saying, when he came out with his original mask, I thought it was fucking classic. I thought it was classic way, man.
Well, I thought he got a better entrance than Tony D did, but, obviously
Tony D shit, too.
Yeah, but he didn't come in from the street or anything like that. Santos had, that nice, hot fucking entrance going straight from the street into the arena. And he looked like he's 100% ready for the transition to probably, I'm assuming, SmackDown, I think, is where they're going to bring him. And we'll see what happens there. If he loses this match, he's gone from NXT. And if Tony wins this match, Legado, they're pretty much stuck. They're stuck with Tony D and NXT. Santos starts the match by beaming a chair at Tony D's face, and the bell rings, and Santos staying aggressive with the knees to the gut and a clothesline, nice setting up the chair, shoving Tony's head in the chair, and then a Hurricane Rana sending Tony into the chair face first. That shit looked great. It looked incredible. It was probably one of the best Hurricane Ranas into a steel chair that you're ever going to see on any wrestling promotion ever in the world, ever. That shit was like money. He took his head into the Hurricane Rana and just dove it like a pile driver into the fucking chair. And credit to Tony D for also taking that spot like a fucking man and flipping over and going headfirst into that chair, because that's not just Santos. That's Santos and Tony D making that move look magical. That shit was a beautiful way to start off the match, and it set the tempo right away. Like, yo, this match is going to be fucking wild. We don't even know what we're going to see. Now Santos setting up the chair in the corner between two turnbuckles. We get a chop block to Tony D. Santos was all over Tony D in the beginning of this match with a drop kick to the knee. Now Santos with a knee to the face of Tony D. We get a pinfall kick out. Now Santos to the top rope with a high-flying crossbody, and we see Stacks wiping out Legado at ringside. Now Tony D eats a drop kick from Santos. Santos going for the suicide dive, but Tony D nails Santos with a garbage can pail. During the break, Tony was beating the hell out of Santos, taking control until he starts trash talking back from break, saying that this is his NXT. Now Santos with a flurry of offense, a Hurricane Rana, a nice kick to the face. The top rope, he goes to the top rope and lands a spinning one-handed chop to the head. We get a slap from Electra to Santos. We get a crazy diving attack from Santos that looked nasty. He's pretty hyped at this point. Crowd is hyped. This diving attack from Santos was really, really good. Like, he was going full fucking speed, diving through that ring. Whole crowd was going nuts. You could see it. They were all standing up. They were all chanting, "Holy shit." Legado takes out Stacks with a crowbar. Santos goes to get the crowbar, and he's next to Electra. Tony somehow comes out, runs out, takes Electra out. Santos looks like he's pissed off. Tony with a low blow sends him into the ring. Both men are now talking trash. Santos sees the brass knuckles. Tony sees the crowbar. Both men go for a weapon, and Tony lands the shove of the crowbar, and then the win. Just gets the 1, 2, 3. Santos is now gone from NXT. He's gone. 4-star match. Very entertaining. I give it a 4. I can't go higher because of, all the shenanigans. But it was good. Entertaining.
This was the greatest match I ever saw in my life. I swear to God. I don't even know where to begin because there was so many great moments.
It was a good match.
What I just said before, Tony D puts in the work, and we seen it. And tonight is just a prime example. I love when he did the belly-to-belly. I love when he counted the head scissors and he hit that powerbomb pin for the 2 count. I love when he was hitting Santos with the chair shots on the left arm when we went picture to picture, and he was working on that left arm for majority of the match. I like that. I feeling that. Let's not forget when he did the vertical suplex on all those steel chairs on the outside. That was a great and innovative spot. Even though we've seen it at times, it just looks great. I don't know. The way Tony D was just carrying himself. He's carrying himself like a stud. He was carrying himself like a star. And that's what I was seeing. Santos had his great moments. That Hurricane Rana spot when he hit on the chair. Like you said, it was just perfect. We haven't seen it, and I love that spot too. Santos had his good moments, but I think Tony D was once again very impressive. That would show you why he's ready to fight Braun Breaker and take the belt off him. And I think this is this direction where it's going. I love Tony D. I love the part when Toro hit that stick and he just hit 2 dimes, right? What is it? 2 dimes with stacks, right? Sorry, Stacks. When he hit him right there in the face with the crowbar, I thought that was a great hit. It was sold perfectly. I thought I was like, oh shit, that was awesome. You know, Tony D had his moments with the trash can. Everything was just, even though there was shenanigans, as you may say, everything was just working in this match. And this is what we expected. Tony D, when he knocked down Elektra, I was even on my seat like, oh, wow. So it was just crazy. It was getting high in that moment. But, you know, bravo. I mean, talk about a guy that's going to move up, that does a top rope crossbody on Tony D, that's going to go into hopefully Raw or SmackDown. I mean, kudos, man. Is this the way to go out to make an impression? He made an impression with me, Santos. Not only the guy could talk, but he could wrestle. He showed it tonight. He put Tony D over. So with him collecting basically legato, it just shows me the next step is Braun Breaker. And you know, we'll get into Braun Breaker, but I think this is the guy. And I think we've just seen it tonight. We've been talking about how this guy we used to freaking hate, he cut the worst horrible promo ever in NXT 2.0 history, number one. And now look at this. He's becoming a top rising star in front of our eyes. He's putting the work. He's cutting the promos, even though it's a little silly just the way production is, because let's face it, this is WWE production, right? He's coming strong out of it. And it's believable, and fans are in it, and the crowd was going both ways, chanting for both names. I mean, what more can you expect? I'm going to give it a 5.
I figured you were going there from the way you were talking about it. It was definitely a good match. You can argue the 5 for sure. I'm not going to argue with you. It was a great match. It was very entertaining. I had a good time, man. Santos
and the way
gone.
It ended, it was just perfect.
I was just praying that it wasn't going to end with like a double KO or some bullshit, because that's where I thought it was going for a second. And so I was glad to see a definitive win. Tony wins. He's over. Santos is gone. Now Santos can go on to bigger and better things.
And
WWE.
I'm going to say one thing about the match. I'll let that call spot slide. Now, you know, towards the end when both guys were on the floor, Tony D was not in proper position. But I'll let that slide. There was a call spot at the end, and that's when he grabbed the nuts and grabbed the crowbar, and there's your 1, 2, 3. But I'll let that call spot slide. I'll let it slide.
I didn't bring any nonsense up like that. I thought they, spot-wise, whatever, I didn't really catch them calling too many spots. They looked like they had everything.
Just wasn't in position. You know
very
what I mean?
choreographed,
Tony
though.
D was from the angle.
I respect these guys because they look like they had this match very well choreographed, though, for the most part. You know, because they had a lot of different spots all over the arena over there. You know, for the most part, they nailed everything as good as that you can, you know, possibly fucking hope to. Good match. Goodbye, Santos. And we're going to see what's going to happen to Tony D now. Does he go after Braun Breaker, I'm assuming? Or is he going to go back to Carmelo Hayes? Are we going to see a triple threat match? Maybe Vinci, Hayes, Tony D?
No. I told you, Vinci never lost. His shoulders never hit the mat.
I think Tony D's going to take the title off Braun.
Absolutely. He's ready.
Not yet. It's maybe a month or two.
He has the backup. He has the character. He's stepping up. Listen, let's be honest. You put Tony D in a match with Santos. Now Santos is gone. Would you really bring him right back to Melo? No. You're going to move the guy up. You just kicked the guy off an NXT roster. He can't be back no more. You can't just put him back to Melo. That's not a statement. The statement is going for the title.
But they have so many other guys going after that title, too. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to play all this out, because now you have Tyler Bate, who's here. Apollo Crews smiled at Braun Breaker. Obviously, Tony D now fits in the category for a title contender, but we're going to have to wait and see how they integrate him into the fold. Maybe they're going to have a fatal four-way or something, some crazy shit. I have no fucking idea what's going to happen here. We might have to wait. They might not do anything with him yet. He might just go on to beat up a couple of people. I'm assuming now we're going to get NXT versus NXT UK. So we'll have to wait till next week to see what Tony D is going to do. Now we're going to get a promo from Indy Hartwell and Chance Carter. They're talking. They tell Indy, a letter came for you. It's apparently some like love note from someone. But now we see someone, I couldn't catch the full name. I'm not familiar with him. Davenport, the future NXT Women's Champion, she claims, who then rips up Indy's love note. Jay, you know who this is?
Well, I have a big hypothesis on this whole Dexter Lumis thing, but we'll talk about that at the end. But I could care less about this. Let's face it. I ain't even heard of this person. Who cares? I don't care about India. Sure, don't care about this person.
So you think that was a note from Dexter Lumis?
No, I'm just trying to put the pieces from what we spoke about last night and now seeing this, and I think I came up with something. So that's what. Oh, you want me to get into it?
When else we're gonna get into it?
So just seeing this, all right, I see the storyline like this. I see basically Dexter with Bray Wyatt. I don't think we're seeing Bray Wyatt. The glove I think we see was Dexter. But when he had the door open and he had his hand like that, to me, I was basically getting the message of let me in. So I took it like that because we know behind it was Dexter as it was revealed later on the show. So I feel he's just doing the dirty bit of Bray Wyatt. I think we'll see him intimate at some point, but maybe we'll save it for Clash at the Castle. Who knows? It will be a great surprise. But I'm taking it like that. I would love to see that combination just because Dexter Lumis fits the profile of what a Wyatt should be, which is basically a psychotic killer, right? I mean, let's not forget former Braun Strowman. That was fucking crazy. So I would love it. I'm taking it just like that, just from the images, and now we see this. But it could also go another way of them reforming the way. But nothing's been confirmed from Johnny Gargano, so I'm really sticking with Dexter and Bray. I think that's a great combination, and I think it'd be exciting to watch.
I'm not going to say it's not a dangerous combination, but I'll tell you this. The first time I laid eyes on Dexter Lumis, I thought WWE champion to myself. So I think he can come out on his own and not really need anybody to get the job done and do his thing. I think he could have like a Stone Cold kind of effect. If he gets the right segment, the right promo, you could see this guy roll.
The thing is that WWE Raw and SmackDown have a bigger audience, right? So not most of them watch the NXT brand of how he was and his character. So they will have to introduce him, I guess, I'm taking this in my theory, in some way, so the audience could kind of know his background. So if he's like former Wyatt, yeah, I'm psychotic and crazy, when the time is right to split, it's fans will feel more receptive toward him. And
I hope that Triple H gives this guy just his own new unique vibe. He can still have the original fucking gimmick, but they don't need to show anything. Make new vignettes, make new packages. Get this guy the 5-star package. That's my take on it. Anyway, let's move on. We get a promo now from Tiffany Stratton and Wendy Chu. And Wendy's, she's tired of Tiffany talking down to her. She's tired of her thinking that she's a joke. She says, Wendy Chu, it's me and you in a lights out match, Tiffany says. I can do whatever I want to Wendy Chu. There are no rules. None, says Tiffany. So it's going to be darker than usual. You won't be able to see Wendy's face that well, which is a good thing. But that means you won't be able to see my face. And that's just tragic. Next week, Wendy says she is going to be Tiffany's nightmare. And Tiffany says next week, I make you go night-night. Toodles. I hope she really does make her go night-night.
I told you they're going to fucking bury a star. We're seeing it. Every freaking week we see these stupid segments with Wendy Chu and your girl, Tiffany Stratton, which we said was on her way to be a star. For God's sake, she was in the finals of the women's breakout tournament. She lost to Roxanne.
Don't worry,
Perez,
she's still on her way.
A one that wants to play with Barney toys and wears a onesie and wears slippers.
Listen, I'll say this: if Wendy Chu wins this match, then your theory's right. I guess we have to wait till next week.
They're burying her. We
have to wait till next week.
I've already seen it. I've seen it every week.
You just think.
Everybody here has seen it.
Everybody
here has seen it. No. They're writing comments right now because they've seen it.
Nobody's commenting anything.
They've fucking seen it.
Not at all.
Oh, they need to start writing right now, man.
Not at all.
They need to start writing this shit.
Let's just move on to Zoe Starks versus Mandy Rose. We get a gorgeous video package of the hottest NXT Women's Champion of all time. Zoe starts early, going for covers, hard shots, stiff flying forearm, taking down Mandy Rose, sending her to the outside. Zoe messed up by celebrating Mandy's mistakes. Now Mandy makes her pay by shoving her into the ring apron. Now she takes Zoe's knee, rams it into the announce table as we go to break. Back from, we see officials ban Toxic from ringside. Now we see Nikita Lyons come out to help kick out Toxic Attraction to the back. Now Mandy goes for the chop block and Zoe dodges the attack. Rolls her up, kick out from Mandy. Now Rose back on the left knee with multiple shots. Brags a little bit now in the corner. Zoe getting that leg worked on by the champ. Now Mandy with a single leg crab. Zoe looking for the ropes. Now the roll through. Kicks Mandy off to the outside. Zoe with a knee to the face. And now another running knee to the head. We get a cover and a kick out from Mandy. Zoe with a snapmare kick to the back of Mandy's head. Now another cover and a kick out from Mandy Rose. Now Mandy, out of nowhere with a nasty suplex, dumping Zoe on her head. We get a cover and a kick out. Both ladies in the middle of the ring exchanging shots. Forearms. Zoe with a chop. Mandy now with several shots, and this leads to the Star KO. And Rose is able to roll to the outside, allowing her time to recover. Now Mandy trips up Starks, and she's tied up with her bad knee. Now Rose kicking the hell out of that knee. She has her trapped between the bottom two ropes. Rose now removing the protection knee brace from Zoe's knee. And we get now Mandy now with a knee to the face. No one's ever kicked out of this, by the way. Zoe does kick out. Mandy now takes off Zoe's knee brace completely, puts it on her knee, and then delivers another nasty knee to the face with the brace on, and picks up the 1-2-3 in a very impressive match. I honestly thought it was like at least a 4-star match. The woman didn't really make mistakes, had good storyline, and Mandy looked fucking incredible and managed to make Zoe look strong too. 4-star. Maybe 3.5. 3.5 to 4.
Let me see what I have here for the match.
It's all you.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, you're good.
It's okay, so it's my turn right here.
Real quick before you go on, she is now champion for 300 days and counting. It's all you.
How sweet. How sweet. Now it's my turn. Let me see right here. First note of the match. This is not a wrestling match. Second note of the match. There is no wrestling in this match. These are my first two notes for this match with Mandy Rose against Zoe Starks. I don't know what I was watching. I don't know what you saw. You saw, I guess, a wrestling match over here. Hold on. I thought it was my turn right now.
Jay, my mic is muted. I'm not really talking. I'm just fucking with you.
All right. But listen, check it out. I did not see wrestling. I did not see wrestling in this whole match. Name one wrestling move that you see in this match. I did not see none. I saw Mandy Rose took a left knee of Zoe Stark and hit it right on the announce table. I saw her hang it on the ring post. I saw her walking most of the left knee, picture to picture and on break. There was no wrestling move. Oh, wait. Let's not forget the exploder suplex that Rose hit on Starks. Was that fucking dangerous, folks? Yikes. Zoe landed on her head. Ding dong. Did we not catch the referee and basically Zoe starts talking right there? Even Mandy Rose went to check on her. Dangerous fucking move. Reminded me of Nakamura and Cena. Well, he landed on his neck. Reminded me just like that. I thought the girl was done. But she came back for a shittier match, and that's what we got, right? How stupid it is for a champion to start taking out the crutch of a knee brace, taking it all out, trying to use it. Her knee to the face, I love the finisher, don't get me wrong. But to win is a knee brace, knee to the face, referee's there, it's all legal, everything's all good here. So this is the wrestling match, this is the 1-2-3. We all know Rose is going to win. This was pathetic. I don't know what I saw here. I was very disappointed. I think the only thing that we just got into was just the introduction. But besides that, what can I give Rose here? Did she make Zoe Stark look good? I don't think so, because let's face it, Zoe Stark looks like she got no personality. when they were calling her name and introducing her for the title, I wasn't even buying into her. She just looks plain dull, no facials, no sell at certain points. It's fucking horrible, man. What the fuck am I watching? Stone Cold what? What is this? So you know it. Even the knockout that she did on Rose, I didn't even like it because she didn't even hit her mark. So it didn't even touch near her face. So we all know she was going to lose. We all know she's still this breakout, not this breakout, but the tag team to crown a champion with Nikita Lyons, which we saw, which Nikita Lyons, I didn't even see the point. I know you were trying to make the save girl, but you could have saved this match for shit. What I think of it, I'm going to give it a stinker, man. A big one.
All right, well, that's great. Either way, it was a 4-star match because I had a 4-star superstar in Mandy Rose, who's been your NXT champion for 300 days and is the greatest thing to ever grace the ring of NXT, at least as far as looks are concerned. And as far as moves, yes, she did a suplex.
She almost killed the girl.
She did a suplex, and then she did another suplex, almost killed the girl. Yes, incredible. And don't forget about that single leg crab. It was incredible. The greatest single leg crab in the history of the business. But now let's move on to bigger and better things. Or let's move on to bigger and worse things. Because the only thing worse than anything I've seen on TV this week is the promo I'm about to watch. Okay? And it's so sad that the promo has to come after we see the hottest thing that's ever graced our television screens, Mandy Rose. So we go from looking at a 10-star dime diva to someone that's going to call himself Quincy Elliott. And he's going to say a lot of words that I didn't pay attention to. But at the end, he said, I am the super diva. And the only thing I said is, why, God, why? Jay, you have any comments on this promo?
I actually know this guy, Savage. I actually know this guy because Zion Quinn, probably the most underrated superstar that could be your favorite wrestler, that includes legends such as Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock. Zion Quinn has beaten Quincy Elliott. So I do know that this guy is over 350 freaking pounds of fat. And it's just fat. And talk about hope of becoming a WWE superstar. You can be one too. I don't get this whole weird ass gimmick. But his finisher is a second rope splash. Basically, yeah.
What I don't like is I'd rather see Velveteen Dream right now than this. Like, at least Velveteen Dream is...
I'm sorry, Savage. I cannot see a pervert attacking 12-year-old girls. Please do not talk about this guy. I don't want to listen to him.
There's no proof on any of that.
He touches girls that are 12 years old.
Then he would have been arrested, Jay. That's what happens when you touch 12-year-old girls. He hasn't been arrested. This is America. It's a free country. He hasn't been arrested yet. There have been no charges made. So everything you're saying, see, unfortunately in this country, that's why you got to mute your mic right now, because in this country, things are done by facts, and facts are convictions, charges, real fucking things that happen in a court of law. And until those things happen, I'm not going to sit here and let you or anyone call this guy fucking things that we don't know 100% he is or isn't. You can call him whatever you want, but at the end of the day, I'd rather see Velveteen Dream right now than this guy. Now, if everything you say about Velveteen comes to be true one day...
I'd rather see him in jail. I'd rather see him in jail with the Monopoly Man, and they could go hang out, and they could go have a hamburger and a Coke.
Are you done? If he did everything you said he did, then yes, he should go to fucking jail. But at the end of the day, this promo was fucking trash. This guy's not ready for NXT. I don't know who gave him the green light.
He's been in NXT.
He's not ready for NXT 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.
He's been in NXT level up.
I don't care. He's not ready.
10 to 11.
He's not ready. The kid went like this on the camera. He went like this.
That's his gimmick, man.
It's bad.
I don't know what to say. It's horrible. It's horrible.
It's bad. It's bad.
But he made it to NXT. He made it to NXT 2.0.
Yeah, you can make it to NXT. I can make it to NXT. Anybody can go down to Florida and make it to NXT.
Anybody that watches this guy.
Anybody that's a fan of wrestling, anybody that can put on a costume and pretend to be a hero, then yeah, you can make it to NXT. Like any of these fucking morons do. This guy is a fucking moron. This gimmick is bad. I want to delete it
That's
from my
his
memory.
gimmick.
I never want to see it
you
again.
won't.
I'm never talking about him on TV again. I don't care if he goes on to be a 10-time NXT champion.
He might fight your favorite wrestler. You might have to talk about it.
Then we get a promo from Grayson Waller. You see everyone but me. You know, I don't know why. Cruz is selfish. He stabs everyone and anyone in the pack. Since you want to walk around on eggshells and no one wants to ask the tough questions, next week we're going to get the debut of Grayson Waller Effect, the best
Let's
show
go.
on history, and my first guest is going to be Apollo Crews. So I guess they're giving him the Miz treatment.
5 stars right here for this promo right here. 5 stars.
That wasn't
Awesome.
that good. It was good. It was good.
Awesome.
Grayson Waller's awesome, but
Grayson
it's not a
Waller-
5-star
the
promo.
Grayson Waller
Stop it.
official is a 5-star promo.
Stop it.
I'm sorry, folks. Savage is just a little tired because he works hard.
Stop
It's a
it.
5-star promo.
Stop
it was
it.
awesome, man.
4.5. It's
I
not a
love
5. It's not a 5. 4.5.
And I can't wait for the talk show.
4.5 tops. All right.
I can't wait. I can't wait, baby.
Braun Breaker
Right,
versus JD McDonough NXT Championship. JD quick to work the shoulder of Braun. Wade Barrett says no way Braun is 100% on his shoulder right now. JD right back to the right shoulder, trying to stand tall with Braun Breaker, but then Braun Breaker just slaps JD right in the face real hard. Braun with a wrist lock, and then JD with a monkey flip, but Braun never lets go of the arm. Nice sequence by the two. Now JD rolling through, counters with a snapmare and a headlock. He's instantly countered by Braun, who goes back to the wrist lock. Now JD with the forearm to the face. JD with the Irish whip and the drop down. But Braun with a roll through, grabs him during the roll through, turns it into a stalling, walking super powerplex. Braun staying a step ahead of JD tonight. We get a nice single arm lift and now an over the head belly to belly suplex. Breaker with a standing moonsault, very impressive. Cover and a kick out from JD. Honestly, that moonsault was very athletic, Jay. Braun now hitting the ropes. JD hitting the ropes. They're passing each other a few times. I don't know if Breaker messed this up or if this was part of it, but he does like a dodge and then gets up and just knocks the shit out of JD with a big clothesline, sends him to the outside as we go to break. During the break, we are told that JD dislocated his shoulder, and he enjoyed putting it back in place. Now JD with a reverse stunner off the ropes, now back in the ring. JD going to work on that right shoulder with hammer and anvil shots non-stop as he looks like he has switched gears now. JD with the submissions, but Braun escapes while the fans chant Irish asshole. Braun with the chin breaker, the 4 right hands, Irish whip, leads to a big shoulder tackle and another shoulder tackle and a big-time spine buster, catching JD during a leapfrog. We get a cover and a kick out. Moments later, JD back to systematically dissecting the NXT champion. Now going to the top rope and Braun back to life with some shots now going for the Frankensteiner. Catches it, cover and a kick out by JD. JD with the huge Spanish fly on Braun. And now the brain buster. The cover and the kick out. Very big spot from JD. Now JD looks for the moonsault, lands on his feet. Braun now with a huge spear. JD rolls to the outside, forcing Braun to go out and chase him. Back in the ring, we get another spear to JD. His straps come down. Braun's calling for the end. JD bleeding from the mouth, laughing at Braun, saying, "I welcome the pain." And now we see a third spear. The Gorilla Press Slam in the 1, 2, 3. Braun Breaker retains. What'd you think of this match, Jay?
I'm going to say, first of all, I do not give 2 shits about JD whatever. And I think everybody here agrees. They even write in the comments right now, Savage, as you see, we don't give a shit about JD. We don't give a shit about JT. And right now, it's trending right now on Twitter right now. That's right, folks. We don't give a shit about JD. I didn't give a shit about JD. I just saw something that you did not touch about. And this is what I hate, man. You missed this big things, man. You didn't talk about how Braun Breaker is ready for the main roster. This match proved it. Nobody in that fucking arena, 400 plus in Orlando, Florida, gave a shit about JD, and nobody at home gave a shit when commentary said he dislocated his shoulder, but now he looks back in place because he loves pain. Nobody gives a shit, man. They're trying so hard with this guy to get over some type of reaction, and guess what? I'm not reacting. But I'll tell you what I rate this. Well, let's get into the match. Braun Breaker comes out with the sledgehammer. I love it. He smashed the box and said JD. I thought it was awesome, man. comes out, starts working on, the left shoulder, which I was surprised he was doing the opposite of JD was going to say. So I like the twist, how this match was building into that, and basically Braun was basically the advantage of the whole thing. So it's pretty cool. You talk about JD with that springboard corkscrew moonsault. Yes, that was impressive by that guy. I'm not knocking him. I just say we don't give a shit about him. And I'm still sticking to that, whether this guy does a Spanish fly into a brain buster, which I'm not knocking. Yes, it was impressive. Yes, he can do these things. But I cannot buy into it. As a fan, pouring my hard-earned money, just working hard to take kids or take myself to a show, I cannot invest in this guy. I cannot go to the stands, get the popcorn, get my beer, and get a JD shirt. It just doesn't work for me. It didn't work for me in this match. But what makes this match so strong is just Braun Breaker. The standing moonsault, well, you're not fucking impressive. Did it not just come out of nowhere? Yes. The spear he hit the first time? Yes. The 2 other spears he hit? Yes. Everything was connecting besides that miscue that you touched a little bit about. I don't know what's really going on there. I don't know if that was part of the match. I'm a little conflicted just like you are. But I did see nice things, man. I saw Breaker hit that belly to release. I mean, talk about strength, talk about power, talk about landing it perfectly. I know JD's a small little guy, but, I mean, it's still impressive. And Braun was leading this match, and it was going well. And even he was even trying to sell for JD, even though nobody really gave a shit. He's trying to sell for the guy. I thought his facials were there. His selling was great. He really stepped it up from what I seen when he started fighting Ciampa for the belt when he first lost it. So he's been stepping it up, and this is a big improvement. I think he's ready. If this is his bon voyage, great. But unfortunately, I don't want to see it end in JD. It's not my thing. I know this match was really great. I'm going to go a 4, but this match was really great. It could have ended and be his repertoire to the main roster, but it's not going to end like that. I'm kind of happy about it, but I'm a little scared. I will love, I get the whole ending with Tyler Bate coming out and he puts that belt in his face. Now, if I could say my hypothesis, I wanted to tell you what you were saying earlier, talking about this UK invasion, what's going on here. We've seen these Gallus people come out, wherever they are.
Before we get into that, just give me a rating.
I give it a 4.
Yeah. I gave it a 4. I gave it a 4 as well, actually. And after the match, we saw Tyler Bate come out, and like I told everybody earlier tonight, there's going to be a UK invasion, apparently. Worlds colliding, they talk about. He holds the title up. Braun holds the title up. I wasn't too sold on this. I'm looking at this picture here, and, this guy looks even smaller than J.D. McDonough.
Oh, I love this guy, first of all. Tyler
He's
Bate,
awesome, yeah, but, he's small, too. So I don't know how you're going to like him more than J.D. McDonough.
Okay. I'm not saying I'm thrilled for the match, but my hypothesis on the whole thing when I saw this is that basically the rumors may be true. We've been hearing it for weeks. My source has been telling me that this is basically the end of NXT UK. We're about to see it be dismembered. Great. I don't think there's any ratings in it anyway, and I think they're just taking their top talents of whatever was great down there that we never saw in the Coffees or a little bit of Wolfgang. And we all know Tyler Bate because he's been in NXT with Pete Gunn, former now Butch. So
can I just stop you for a second?
I mean, this is
what
I think is.
Can I just tell you one factual thing before you go on, though?
And I want to see it.
Let me just tell you one factual thing. UK wrestling is like the most popular thing in UK. And unfortunately,
but not for NXT UK.
Yeah, actually, it's very watched. It's very popular in London. They're not going to get rid of it.
It's not. It's horrible. It's shit.
They have fans in the United Kingdom, man.
This is the sign. This is the sign.
No, you're very wrong
will regret
about
it,
that.
just like you regret Theory winning at SummerSlam. You will regret this.
I don't regret anything.
You hear it live, folks. Just listen to me. This is what's happening. It's the end of NXT UK. Nobody gives a shit. We're taking the top talents that is NXT UK and we're bringing it here to NXT 2.0. We're going to mix it up a little bit because we got people that are going to move up in a month or so. Probably in the next pay-per-view, we'll see Braun.
The only thing I might regret at this point is maybe fucking starting to watch NXT because I have to listen to this shit every fucking Tuesday.
Listen, NXT 2.0 is the #1 show every week. This was a pay-per-view show we saw live, but free produced by Triple H, a legend.
That's great, but by the way, this is just NXT. This is not 2.0 anymore.
And
it's not 2.0
it could be directed by Paul Heyman.
That's why it's
Those
just
are the
NXT. It's 2.0 is dead.
NXT 2.0 is this is the #1 show for me. I haven't even seen tomorrow's show.
2.0 is over,
This is
bro.
it.
It's just
This
NXT.
is the #1 show for me.
It's going black and gold.
Show
That's already been confirmed. It's going black and gold.
I like the purple, orange, blue.
You may like it, but it's over. Black and gold's been confirmed by my source in Florida who works at NXT. It's going to happen within 4 weeks.
Well, he needs to check his eyes because I don't know what he's seeing down there because you're absolutely wrong.
He works for NXT, so I'm going to take his word. But black and gold within 4 weeks,
Listen,
guys.
Working at a toy store.
Breaking news.
It's two different things. Okay?
Breaking news on Wrestling with Savage. Black and gold is coming back.
I haven't even graded the whole thing. I haven't even graded the whole NXT.
The whole show was a 4 tonight. It was a fun show. It was a good show.
You gave it a 4.
I give it a 4. It was a fun show.
All right, let me think.
Had good matches, had good storylines. We saw a lot of finality to a lot of different storylines. We saw somebody get kicked out of NXT.
I'm gonna give it 4.5.
That's good for you. I'm so happy you enjoyed
One of the
it so
best
much.
shows. One of the best shows I ever seen tonight. One of the best shows I saw in a long time. And nothing's better than this.
But
this is better than Raw.
Gunther versus Shinsuke Nakamura was still better than anything on tonight.
That was horrible. That was embarrassing to see on Fox Sports.
Nah.
I can't believe I saw it.
That match was incredible.
It wasn't. It really wasn't.
Really
Shinsuke was missing his mark. He's really 39 or 42. He's really old.
Shinsuke Nakamura is a fucking ninja, man. Ninja warrior.
A ninja that needs to put 2 hands on his knees to get up. It's embarrassing. Please stop.
You heard about Takeshita? Takeshita's coming back to AEW full time in 4 months.
Takeshita needs to get out of that Tony Khan, Disney World, whatever he's running there. Fanboy booker over there that doesn't know what he's doing. I don't even know what's happening tomorrow. I'm not even excited. Not one thing is getting me excited.
Nah, there's one big match tomorrow. That's between.
Here we go.
That's between Death Triangle versus Will Ospreay and Aussie Open. That match is going to be fire. Like, are you crazy? That match is getting Pac. First of all, is coming back.
You love those 6-man tags. Fuck Pac, man. Let him stay in dark. I don't want to see him.
It's fucked up, man. Jay, you're just like insane.
How is it fucked up? He's in dark. That's where he defends his belt. How am I fucked up? The man fights in dark in fucking lunchroom, classrooms, or whatever he does. I don't know, man.
Okay, but maybe that's what's working for him right now. We don't know the situation. Either way, I still support him.
So you watch dark?
No.
So you watch dark?
No.
So you don't support him? You don't support him?
I do support him, but I'm not supporting
I don't support him. I don't watch dark.
I have his action figures.
You should sell it. You should sell it right now.
I don't think so. I want to
get your money back. I think Big Vito would say the same thing. Sell it.
You know who I talked to on TikTok earlier today?
Let me guess. That Hall of Famer, that guy that loves Cake McFoley.
No. I talked to Duke the Dumpster Drozy.
Nice.
You remember Duke the Dumpster? Pretty good. He was talking about when he was in the car with Bret Hart, and I got to talk to you about something. Vince tells him, "I'm having breakfast right now. I'll call you back, Mike." Hangs up on him. Calls him back in about 20 minutes. Says, "Duke, listen, you're gonna go down there tonight, and you're gonna do your fucking job. You understand, Mike? You're gonna do your fucking job. It's not like you're on a championship run right now, okay? So you're gonna go down there like the professional you are, and do your fucking job." And he hanged up on him. And, you know, Duke went and did his fucking job because he couldn't do anything because he had already signed the new contract with WWF. So he had no bargaining chips. Seems like a cool guy, though.
If he wants to come on the show and get the hard-hitting questions from me, I'm here. But I'm gonna hit him with hard questions, man.
What the hell would
Especially
you
Big
ask?
Vito.
What the hell would you ask Duke the Dumpster Drozy?
Listen, there's plenty of things to talk about, especially in those days in professional wrestling when you're just going around the circuits, especially in Memphis or Dallas. So there's a lot of things to talk about, especially when you're going 365 days in the same circuits, going in the same towns, making the same amount of money. Let's face it, during the Memphis and Texas days, that's what it was all about. That's how all these wrestlers got experience.
Did he ever? I'm gonna see right now if he ever had a championship.
The championship of dumpster he had. Nothing can beat that.
Wow, no, he won the vacant CWA World Heavyweight Championship.
There you go, baby.
He debuted on Monday Night Raw, defeating Paul Diamond on a dark match.
Paul Diamond was a tough dude.
Let me see.
Tough dude.
And then he returned to WWF for a single night on April 1st, 2001 at WrestleMania 17, reprising the Duke Drozy gimmick in a battle royale. He was eliminated by Doink the Clown, and then Iron Sheik won that match. Do you remember that?
And Doink and Iron Sheik are two tough motherfuckers. Let me tell you something. They're tough.
Wow.
Doink the Clown, they'll poke you in the eyes. You're done.
He went to WWF in 1994. He was signed by contract. Wow, I guess his biggest match was he defeated Barry Horowitz on May 23rd. Wow.
Barry Horowitz doesn't remember that. I don't either.
Yeah, there's nothing good here. He never won any
Anyway,
belts.
to all you wrestlers, we would love to have you on the show. I have hard-hitting questions for all of y'all. Please, if you're veterans, even better, because I have even more hard-hitting questions.
How much money do you think? Yo, how much money do you think he made?
Right here, Wrestling with Savage.
Yo,
I'm all over Jade.
How much money? Man. How much money do you think Dumpster made from 1994 to 1996 in the 2 years?
$200. $200. 100 for each year. $200.
Do you think he still has any money? WWF money?
Let's face it, no. Sorry. But we will help you get money if you come on the show.
Wow.
We have a lot of people that love you, Dumpster.
Check this out. On September 13th, 2013, Drozy was indicted for 3 counts of delivery of a controlled substance, having sold oxycodone, birth for some other shit, and he sold it to an undercover police informant in July 2013.
I love that shit.
He was given a 3-year sentence with 30 days to be served in prison and fined $2,000. And he also had to resign from his teaching position. Oh, this sucks too. And his left foot was amputated due to an infection.
I love that shit. Oxy. It's like,
damn.
Well, let's not talk about sadness right now because you're going in a different level right now.
Did you know that he was ranked? In 1995, he was ranked number 130.
I want a recount.
Yo, this shit is crazy. I didn't know any of this shit. Yo, Wikipedia is wild, son. You go on Wikipedia, they tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything. Good God.
Gotta have people on the show, man. Tell you.
Why does every wrestler have to end with drugs and some kind of nonsense?
Like they love it. They love it. Only a few people survive, like Jake, Mr. Cocaine over there. You know he loves that shit.
That's because DDP saved his fucking life.
He saved Buff Bagwell.
Why couldn't he save Scott Halls, man? I blame DDP.
Nah, man. That...
Some people just can't be fixed. Some people just can't be fixed.
For a long time, man. And your body, yeah, man. And don't forget, there was even DVDs. I even bought it, man, because I'm such a Razor fan. I remember he came out with this DVD, the Razor Ramon and everything when he was in Good Gracious, when he came back with WWE. And it cut his whole life. And they showed that scene when he was in the Indies. And he was just out of his fucking mind, man. He just came like walking.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And he was shaking, bro. And then
he was drunk.
He didn't even know what to do.
He was drunk.
He just started rambling, and Yo,
No, that
it
was sad.
insane,
That was
man.
sad. That was sad
But
to watch.
that's just an example of like your body and you know, when they, you know, those guys were hot, man. Him, Michaels, Nash, and they were always partying, man. Think about it. Every day, 365 days, maybe less. You're away from your family, and that's the only thing you rely on. Drinks, wrestling, drinks. You know, sometimes you feel the pain, you know what I'm saying? It's hard, man. You even say to yourself at times, you know, taking bumps and everything, doing a match, and then the next day you gotta do another match.
It is what
You're
it is,
still
man.
sore from the other.
That's the
you
life,
know?
though. That's the life.
But for these guys, man, it was about coping with freaking oxys and fucking alcohol, and you know, once your body gets that.
No, it's a
sad,
fucking
man.
shame. We lost way too many guys to bullshit like that, but nothing we can do. Except maybe advise the new wrestlers of the generation to, you know, just smoke pot. And don't fucking do all this other garbage. That's what I say.
Hey, man, it is what it is, but it was some great wrestling tonight. I mean, I can't believe it, man.
It was a good show. It was a good show. We'll be back tomorrow night for Dynamite. Hopefully Dynamite has some surprises. Maybe we'll see CM Punk. Maybe we're going to see MJF. I doubt it, but you never know. You never know, right? You never know. Who knows? Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow night for episode, I believe, 82 of Wrestling with Savage as we march our way to episode 100. And the beat goes on and we don't stop. Thank you for watching. Make sure you follow, subscribe. You can check us out on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify. This has been NXT Heatwave. 4.5 show by Jay, 4-star show by me. Everybody have a good night and God bless.
In the history of podcasts.
You are watching Wrestling with Savage! But of course,
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
I'm trying to give these two WWE legends.